Welcome back to the show, everybody. This is the Upper Tier Podcast. Subscribe, hit that bell notification button, drop a like on the video, all the good stuff. It's Thursday, plenty of football news, gossip, and analysis to bring you tonight. As always, my partner in crime, the Niall and Darren, is with me. How are you, my friend?
All good in the hood, brother. It was a busy old week, man.
It is a busy old week.
Busy old week, man. I haven't taken a breath this week so far. I have to be honest with you. I'm looking forward to having Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off. Just plug the cable in and just recharge the batteries a little bit and try and get a little bit of juice back in the body, you know.
No, 100%. Well needed. Well, listen, we have a few bits to talk about tonight. We will be talking about the Carabao Cup final. We'll be talking about the England squad that was released. I haven't seen the Irish one yet. I don't think it was released yet.
I actually didn't even see the English one yet, so there you go.
You will be seeing it. I'll get your thoughts on
it. Yeah.
We'll be talking on some of the punditry in the UK, talking about this being a poor Premier League season. And I want to get your thoughts on that as well, because I know me and you have really enjoyed this season. I know Park Man United, but I think in general as football fans, we love to see the Bournemouths and the Villas and the Brentfords and Fulhams and all these things. Nottingham Forest being there or thereabouts, you know what I mean? So,
yes.
So yeah, we'll talk about Arsenal about to bring in Andrea Berta, formerly Atletico Madrid, I think, director of football, I think it is. Who was instrumental in signing a lot of really, really good players at Atletico. Going to come into Arsenal. He has a plan there at the moment, linked with a number of players. Going to get your thoughts on that. Is that what you want to see from Arsenal? Is that what they are shown? There's either 5 or 6 players there. Let me know your thoughts on that. We will be going through the Champions League, of course, as well. And we'll be getting Darren's predictions for the quarters, the semis, and the final. No need to revert onto what happened this week. Devastating for me, but I was having a good night.
I don't know about that, Niall. I'm sure we could visit Tuesday night again.
I can't revert because I didn't even watch it. I only seen snippets. I was at Limp Bizkit, so it's very hard for me to comment.
I don't know whether you can see this or not. I'm in my bedroom, obviously, and the TV is behind my iPad. And right here beside us, if I turn the iPad ever so slightly, there's quite a large window. Yeah?
Yeah.
And, sorry, just going to fix this again. And I watched the penalty shootout from the comfort of the edge of my bed. I couldn't sit into the bed because obviously there was a lot of tension. And then I think after the penalty shootout and after PSG kind of dumped you out unceremoniously, I think I may have taken my t-shirt off and swung it round while standing in that rather large window.
Hence the guards knocking on the front door on Wednesday morning, no?
Yeah, just for like, you know, and my wife was in the bed and she was like, what is wrong with you? And I was like, it's been a... And yeah, but and listen, I'll tell you exactly what I told her. It's been a really long season for me as a Man United fan, as you can imagine, a really long season. And with everything you have to put up with, like Liverpool being league champions in waiting is tough to deal with. Liverpool being league champions in waiting and possibly lifting the Champions League would have made life probably a lot more difficult for me. So it was a great sigh of relief, I can tell you. And I just had to get rid of those emotions and let them out on Tuesday evening. And my neighbours have still not been able to look at me in the eye since. But listen, it is what it is.
Do you know something? Looking back on it there, I didn't ultimately feel too bad because the thoughts of meeting Real Madrid again, potentially, definitely, maybe. And the thoughts of being a party to them now lifting 16. We've had so much history with them at this stage. I don't think I could take much more of it, to be honest. So, but yeah, I was in the Tree Arena, as you well know, in the Tree Arena.
I sure do.
For the Tree Arena, the Tree Network, the Wi-Fi is shit. The connection is shit. Everything's crap. So I was following it on Live Scores, and Live Scores just couldn't get any updates at all. So I got 2 updates.
You know, I don't actually think the issue now is the Tree Arena. I think Live Score has fallen off a cliff recently. Yeah,
but,
really
but
has.
This is what I got right. First of all, I got full time, beginning, extra time, the usual. And then I got end of extra time. And then at the end of the gig, I walked down onto the concourse where the bars are and all. And the next thing I got 1-0, 1-1, 4-1 PSG. And all the updates came through. Bang, 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 bang. It was a fucking nightmare. And I said, look, I had a great night out with the kids. So I'm not going to dwell on it, Morris
Absolutely.
is in. Big up, Morris. Let's go through the chat first and then we'll get through it quickly. Champions League and the league have improved this year. It's only the crybaby Arsenal fans saying it's crap. Absolutely. Baz is in. Big up, Baz. Joanna's in.
That's our pal Baz.
£5.5 this week. £5.5.
Good woman, Joanne.
I watched that documentary with Catherine Thomas. I don't know you've seen it on Ozempic. Started last week. You know the weight loss shots.
I know the drug, all right. Yeah.
Yeah, well worth a watch. Very, very interesting.
Is it on the RT player or where is it?
It is on. It's on our RTE player.
Okay, in the series link or where is
it? In the series. Yeah, as a part of our on demand
entertainment package.
Yeah. Limp Bizkit was class. I seen a fella streaming it in the.
We need to just let everybody know that I'm obviously, good evening, Ryan, watching. Hit it! Oh, save! Still there. Penalty.
Jesus, that's a bit soft. Big up, Ryan. Foot mob is way better than live
I was about to say we need to let everybody know that I have the game on here in the background.
Yeah. This actually isn't Thursday Care Talk. This is the Man United Real Sociedad watch along, really, with a sprinkling of our thoughts.
Hands up, hands up. That's soft, but it's as soft as the handball they got in the first leg. So I'll take it, and it's called karma.
Yeah.
Patrick Dorgu at the back stick. It's good. It's a great little one-touch stuff at the edge of the box. Bruno fizzes it into Hoyland. He pops the ball off to Xerxes. Xerxes puts one into the bottom corner. Keeper gets a good hand on it. Ball comes out to Dorgu, and as he touches it past the defender closes in on him and stops him from making progress. And the referee has pointed to the spot, and he's now taken the Sociedad players out of said penalty area, and it should be Bruno Fernandes to take it, hopefully.
That's hardly going to be anyone else, is it? I have to say, I couldn't be any less interested in European football.
Jesus. It's a bit harsh, isn't it? Everything we've had to go through over the last little while. It's a bit harsh.
Oh, yeah, it is, yeah. You want to stay for this penalty and then we get into the Premier League preview?
I think we should stay for the penalty.
Okay.
I think we should.
Fair enough.
Referee is pointing to the line and trying to explain to people that, if you come off it, you're in a certain amount of trouble, and please don't do that. And there we go.
Check over, no penalty.
What?
I'm only messing.
I was like, what? He's putting the ball on the spot.
I just need to have fun. This is the way this is what happens when you get dumped out of Europe, Have a bit of fun. Come on, Bruno, put it on the spot. We didn't get on with it. We've a podcast here to get on with. Christ's sake.
Leave my boy Bruno alone. Come on, Bruno.
3 penalties. Who would have thought? 3 penalties.
Come on, Bruno. Yes! Yes!
There we go. Anyway.
He just doesn't let us fucking down. Get in. He better be very careful, because I'll start hunting cunts down in the chat. Jerry, you're not a difficult man to catch. It's not like you're going to outrun me, pal. You can just about tie your own shoelaces without dribbling on your bleeding tongues. So go easy.
Would he out-type you?
He would, yeah. If it was a chicken fillet roll.
Lovely.
Easy now.
Right, let's run down through.
Nobody comes at my captain. Not fucking Acers, not fucking Jerry, and not fucking Roy Keane. Pardon my French. Don't come for my Bruno. Nobody backs Bruno into a corner. Get in, Bruno. Get in.
What do you make of this whole thing? I mean, they talked about Salah after the Southampton game. Stop padding. 2 penalties at Southampton. What's What's your thoughts on that kind of drivel?
You've given my answer for me. It's drivel. Like, someone has to score the penalties. And I mean, it's an opportunity. Look at how many people miss penalties.
Absolutely. And it was funny, it was right after, and then we had Cole Palmer, I remember, missed the penalty for Chelsea at the weekend.
Yes.
So it was interesting. It was
absolute drivel.
Narrative. Right, let's kick off. Let's get these Saturdays done. Everton versus West Ham. West Ham struggling a little bit.
I don't know if West Ham are struggling or if, you know, it's a difficult process for West Ham at the minute. They're obviously trying to adopt a new way of playing, a new style of playing. And with that, they're obviously a little more compact. So they're conceding a lot less goals. But because of that, they're a lot less offensive with the ball. And they need to be a little more, you know, clinical. Something that's probably been leveled at us this season as well. So they need to be a little bit more clinical when those chances arise. I think Potter's going to do a really good job at West Ham. I think he'll need a window or two just to make the kind of changes he wants to make. But I'm happy for West Ham that I think they've got the right man here, if I'm honest. And like losing 1-0 to Newcastle is hardly a bad day at the office. Newcastle are a good team. We know that. Eddie Howe doing a tremendous job there. So very good.
The score flattered them though, didn't it? Really?
Slightly, but you know, it's still not. Yeah. You know, you're not going out and if you're getting beaten 1-0 by Newcastle, it's certainly not that bad of a day at the office, to be honest with you. You know.
Yeah.
I do think Everton though are you know, under David Moyes have been. It's been a revelation. It's back to Everton under David Moyes. Absolutely, Morris.
Well, speaking of a striker, good to see Mikel Antonio back out on the pitch in front of the fans as well. It was very good to see the other day.
Absolutely. Almost killed himself and still made it back before Luke Shaw.
Saying that.
Hard to believe, isn't it?
He'd be ready for England.
It's a great ball. Go on, Hoyland. Go on. That's a boy. It's a great ball. Turns. Yes, go on. Inside. One more. Go on, whip. You couldn't cross a road. Mother of Jesus. I'm sure I don't need to tell you who that was trying to cross the ball.
The man who's about to get a new contract, is it?
Who's getting a new contract?
Apparently there's new contracts in line for Maguire and Dallow. Did you not read it the other day?
I didn't read it the other day.
Yeah, it was. No. They mentioned it was it was news yesterday actually. That apparently.
Now, is it legitimate or is it on fucking?
I think it's legitimate because
yeah. Hang on. Hit it. Oh,
no, they were talking about it being a way of protecting the players' values, potentially future sale or something like that. I don't think it was based on performance, really. Although Harry's been decent.
He has when he's been fit, in fairness to him. Yeah, he has. Yeah. And I mean, I think you know what you get. I think the big thing with Dallow, and we've talked about it before, like availability is huge now. And he is available every single week. He carries very little injuries. He doesn't get too many suspensions. And for all that you lose out on at times, you know, with defensive awareness and stuff like that, he is available week on week on week. So it's that's a plus that goes in his favour, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. What are we going here? Everton win?
I'm gonna go 1-1. Yeah, I think it'll be 1-1. That's where I'm going.
Ipswich, Nottingham Forest. Big win last week against Man City, looking to cement their position in the top 4 or 5 or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is the kind of game that Forest would look forward to after City, because I think City was a slog, you know. It was a little bit against the head, so to speak. Where I think this will be a game where they look to try and get back on the front foot a little more, and we'll see a little more of Hudson-Odoi and Chris Wood, and that's a shocking back pass. Oh, thank God for that. Well done, Andre. You know, so I think this has Forest written all over it. I really do. I don't see it going any other way, and I'm gonna go Forest 3-1. Nicky, back in, hit it. Oh,
that's an outrageous claim.
What?
that there. 10 goals in 2 legs. That's outrageous. They haven't done that to any team this season. That's absolutely outrageous.
The only question I would ask is, why are you taking any comment from said person seriously?
Well, I have to be.
We know the level of intelligence behind it. Like, let's not, flatter him too much into listening to his drivel.
What was your prediction for Forest Ipswich?
It's 3-1 Forest.
3-1, yeah. Good. We'll destroy Arsenal defence. No, we won't. The best part of Arsenal at the moment is their defence.
Their goalkeeper and their back four is phenomenal and has them where they are at the minute. If you look at the top half of the top third of the pitch, they're dreadful. They're almost worse than we are, which is saying something. But Ray has been phenomenal. Saliba and Gabriel as a pairing, phenomenal. And Calafiore and Timber again, both being excellent. So that's the basis. I don't think Madrid will do that against them at all, but I do think they will beat them because ultimately Arsenal won't have the goals to beat Madrid. And
ultimately Madrid, Bukayo Saka might be back for it, but ultimately Madrid, as they do, will find a way.
It's brilliant. Go on, Bruno. Back into him. Go on, keep going. Go on, Hoyland. Go on, Hoyland. Oh, finish. Oh, no. It's great battling.
Man City, Brighton. Kind of a bogey team, should we say?
It might be, but I don't see it being a bogey this weekend. I think City tend to bounce back from results quite well. And I think this has City written all over it. And I'm going to go City 3-1.
Interesting. A win for Brighton here could stake more claims as well, couldn't it?
Win for Brighton would certainly up the ante, but I don't see it happening, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Southampton Wolves, Ryan, if you're in the chat, let us know. Southampton Wolves, surely you're going to beat Southampton.
Yeah, now I think obviously if we look at the performance from Southampton last week, it was a lot better. And we've said the performances have been better. But there just hasn't been the substance to back it up. I think this has Wolves written all over it. I don't think it'll be unanimous because I don't think Wolves score enough goals, but I think they're a much, much better team than Southampton are, and I think Wolves will just get over the line here. And I'm going to go Wolves 2-0. Great ball. Oh, unlucky.
And then a game actually I'm really looking forward to at the weekend, apart from the Carabao Cup final, Bournemouth versus Brentford.
Yeah. Bournemouth obviously in really good form. Got a good draw last week away from home against Spurs. Brentford just got picked off by Villa 1-0 at home. So
should have beat Spurs. Should have
beaten Spurs, absolutely 100%. Spurs got back into it and stuff like that. Bournemouth had a goal ruled out as well, the Justin Kluivert goal. So I think there'll be goals here. It's actually something that features later on in one of my bets. I think there'll be goals.
Both sides.
Yeah, I do. I think we'll see goals on both sides, if I'm honest. And I wouldn't be surprised to see something very similar to last weekend, to a 2-2 or something like that. That wouldn't shock me. That wouldn't shock me at all.
This could have the makings of one of those classic 4-3 Prem games or something, wouldn't it?
I don't know if we'll see that many, but I certainly do think there'll be a couple, You
look at the heat map for this game, and the heat map will be just both boxes. Yeah. What are you going for? You going for a 2-2?
I'm going for 2-2, yeah. Good touch. Keeper.
Southampton 1, Wolves 1.
No.
Roy won't be happy with
touch.
That. And Bournemouth 3, Brentford 2. Not a bad shout at all. International break, absolute torture. Don't know.
It's absolute torture. I was only talking to Andrew about it the other day. When you see them kind of coming on the horizon, it's a real balloon popper, isn't it?
The only thing is we have had a nice run since the last one. So
yeah, I mean, you go from November to sort of March, don't you? So there is a nice stretch. And I suppose certainly for us, an international break is an opportunity to maybe get a cut. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, brilliant. Who was that? Is that Casemiro? That is brilliant from Casemiro. Dalot tries to see the ball over the end line. the Sociedad player gets behind him, nicks the ball and puts Dallo on his arse, and then gets into the box, and it's a really good cover and tackle with the trailing leg from Casemiro. Ball is just about to be squared back to somebody. That's a phenomenal challenge. Really, really good.
Is there
a bit of shithousery going on at that corner? Did you see that?
No, I didn't. The
Sociedad player went to take the corner kick, and there's 4 United subs basically standing in his way, so he has to take a certain angle of approach to take the corner. Very clever. Very clever.
Interesting. Poor referee. What I like about international break is the fact that I might get a certain person onto a wrestling podcast.
Oh, is that what you like? Is that what suits you?
Yes, absolutely.
Does that suit your narrative, yeah?
AZ Alkmaar 2-1. Oh my God, Spurs, Ryan. Oh my God, Spurs. What's happened?
Spurs were 2-0 up. Spurs are 2-0 up now. So then it can only be 2-1, which is 2-2 on aggregate, right?
That's what I would have thought.
Step in. Good boy.
Yeah. There's something that's happened. Maybe a goal was disallowed or something that we didn't come back to. Right, possibly. Let's get into Sunday, and we have a festival of football on Sunday.
We love a festival of football, don't we? It's like the AFCON again, isn't it? Touch. What a ball! Go on, Xerxes. That's a red.
Nah, the other.
Yes, it's a red. Yes, it's a 100%.
The other player was coming around covering Shirley. No,
Sherry's behind him. No, that's 100% a red.
Ah, but he was coming across at the angle.
Yeah, but Dorgu's tucking in. And he's the last man. They're 5 or 10 yards clear of the boy behind him.
He's coming.
Dorgo's on the left coming. It's 100% a red.
Let's have a look at this. I think that's harsh.
Look, they're a full stripe on the pitch clear of the player behind them. He's a full stripe clear. Straight red. Handy. Real handy.
Don't know. Ref.
It's 100% a red.
Lads,
how many seconds did that take me to call? From when the ball went through. That's a straight red all day.
Yeah, but I mean, you're a Manchester United fan.
I'm not that guy. Come on now. That's a straight red.
No, but you're that guy tonight. This is a very big
absolutely not. No. I'm absolutely not that guy tonight. It's a straight red. It's a straight red.
That's a pity.
Straight red.
He's dishing out yellows as well. Lads, pity Cena hasn't been on since the turn. Momentum dropping. I don't know about that.
They're building the boo. Yeah, Monday night in Brussels, isn't it? Did you see his new gear?
Did you see the price of that Travis Scott shirt?
No, how much?
60 odd quid.
Dollars?
Yeah, well, when it comes over here, they don't change it, they milk it. Spurs 2 on aggregate. There we go.
So yeah, that's where we thought it was, right?
That's where we thought it was, yeah. Right, let's get into Sunday. Arsenal versus Chelsea, Fulham versus Spurs, and Leicester versus Man United. And of course, we'll talk about the Carabao Cup final separately. Get your thoughts on it. Give us those 3. Arsenal, Chelsea.
Arsenal, Chelsea. Hit it. Oh, this is I don't imagine this is going to be a barn burner, if I'm honest with you. You have Arsenal who are good at the back and don't score an awful lot of goals with the attack they have. You have Chelsea who are average at the back and don't score a lot of goals up front because of the attack they have. I don't imagine there's going to be lots in this. I think this might be a 1-0 to the Arsenal type thing. I don't think there'll be a lot in it, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it'll be a tight affair, won't it? It should be a tight affair, I'd imagine.
I think so.
Don't think there'll be a lot in it. Chelsea be coming to try and spoil the party.
Go on. Hit it. Yes, first time. Oh, jeez, that's like a back pass, pal.
All over the place here at the moment. Right, Fulham Spurs. Are we going Fulham?
Well, we know the cottage. We know the cottage is a difficult place to go. We absolutely know that. It always has been. Fulham are at home a really good side, but again, they don't score enough goals. Spurs are a team that have goals in them, so that makes it slightly more difficult for for Fulham. I'm actually going to err on the side of caution here. I'm going to go Spurs. I think Spurs might dig something out of this.
Interesting.
I'm going to go Spurs 2-1.
Again, a win for Fulham would be huge looking at the table.
100%. Yeah. And I mean, it wouldn't shock us either. I just think, sometimes when the likes of Fulham go into games like this and they are the favourite, that's when, the Jenga blocks can come down a little bit at times,
Yeah. Leicester, Man United?
And if we can show up like we did tonight, I'd have to hope that we could get over the line. It's a much better performance tonight. We'll be missing the boy Dorgo, and I have to say he looks phenomenal for us. He really does. He's made a massive difference balancing up that side because it's been lopsided. And he's given us a genuine option to go down the outside and stuff, so that's important. He'll be back from the next game, but I still think we should have enough in hand to get over Leicester. They're a poor side, and I'll go United there 3-1.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Leicester are horrific. Right. Let's get into the Champions League and let's get your predictions. So obviously, I know your probably prediction. We'll go on the left side first. So obviously, I think you're going Real Madrid, are you? I would assume.
I'm going Real Madrid. Yeah, absolutely.
How are you going for PSG and Aston Villa?
I think just looking at obviously how PSG played over the two legs, it's very difficult to back against them. They do go in favourites. I know obviously Villa are in great form. They've got Unai Emery and stuff like there. He's gone back to his old club at PSG, but I just think at the minute, if you look at how PSG were played in the two games versus Liverpool, it's so tough to back against them.
Yeah. He's a good cup manager though, isn't he?
He absolutely is. And over two legs, he 100% knows how to get the job done, But I just think I'd err on the side of caution and go PSG.
So you're going Real Madrid, PSG semi-final?
Yes.
And where are you going for the final? You're going Real Madrid? Or do you think PSG... I certainly think
PSG could put it up to them. Yeah, 100% I do. Atletico were very, very unlucky for my money. Very, very unlucky. And Real were there for the taking at one stage. So I mean, could PSG do a sit? That's a great piece of work there. Boy Dorgo again. And I think PSG could certainly make a toy of it. I really do. It's hard to back against Madrid. It's their trophy, but I think I'll just go Madrid on that side.
Yeah, I think that was a different PSG, Morris. That wasn't the PSG. The PSG that you did isn't the PSG that did us in that fashion. Yeah,
no, they were over two legs. They were phenomenal. And the one thing I think we have to recognise, I was talking to somebody about this today, it's a huge feather in the cap of Luis Enrique. To have now. Listen, we know there's a lot of good players there. They still spent big money. Kvaratskhelia and Ousmane Dembele and stuff like that, and Bradley Barcola. So there's a lot of good footballers there. But to lose a lot of those big superstars that they had, and to go, this is a great move. We score here, this goal of the season. Put it into Bruno. Oh, yes, go on, Hoyland. Hit it. Get in. Oh, unlucky. Win that. Great work, Casemiro. I think if sorry, we're back. What was I saying?
PSG with the Luis Enrique.
Luis Enrique, just to lose, your Neymar and your Messi and stuff like that, and your Cavani's and your Suarez and all of that, and to go and rebuild the way they have. I think they've upped their recruitment massively, where they stopped throwing, they sprinkle obviously a certain amount of talent, but they've been very clever with some of the other moves and stuff like that, and put lads in who tend to put a shift in, and then they've gotten to play a certain way and stuff like that. And I think Enrique's doing a great job there. Really, really is.
Yeah, Vitinha was at Wolves and we didn't give him game time. Isn't that insane when you look back on those things?
Yeah, it absolutely is. It absolutely is.
It's when teams look back at that and they go, it's like when we look and go,
Go on.
How did we get Declan Rice and Grealish go through our fingers on the Irish squad? Like it's a sickener, an absolute sickener. Yeah. Let's go the other side then. Are we going? We're probably going Barcelona. Are we against Dortmund or Dortmund with a very good showing
I'm
last season?
absolutely going Barcelona against
Barca,
Dortmund. Yeah, 100%.
Probably the most difficult one to call is this one. Is it Bayern and Inter?
It would be had I not backed Inter earlier on in the competition. So I'm going to stick with what I went with initially, and I'm going to stick with I'm going to stick with my pick, and I think Inter will knock Bayern Munich out in the quarterfinals.
And who are you going down for the semi? Barcelona, Inter? Barca. Are we getting an all Spanish final by the looks of things here?
I think we could.
Yeah.
I think we could. I think we could get an El Clasico Champions League final, which is,
if you're the neutral, it's brilliant.
Oh, listen, this is what football is. This is, get in, hit it again. Just what God, I tell you what, he's been his work rate. He'll definitely turn a lot of people. Hit it with performances like this to Boy Hoyland, because I know United fans have been on him a little bit and stuff like that. But when you put in a shift the way he puts in tonight, and I suppose this is kind of the leading of the line that we would have wanted. If he puts in a shift like this every week, I don't think there's too many United fans are going to have an issue with him. And maybe the message has started to land from Ruben Amorim. But this is much better from Hoyland. Much, much better.
Yeah, this season really has been about these kind of youth players coming of age, hasn't it? Really, when you look down through it, so much youth players and that you think about even the younger players that are in there at Real Madrid. Then you look at PSG and you look at Barcelona and there's so much youth there on display and stuff, isn't there? And to see them at that level, to embrace it and play as good as they do and all is phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Good effort.
Ramos won't be there in the summer. No, he'll be on holidays. Or Rasmus, I should say. He had Ramos. Rasmus, I presume he meant. Right, so are we nailing on it? Are we thinking Real, Barcelona?
I think we'll go Real. I think we'll go Real and Barca. The only thing I think can stop Real and Barca is Inter Milan. That's where I'd be. For me, it's Real Madrid on one side, and it'll be Barca or Inter. I think Barca will get over the line, but I think with the way Inter play and with how tight they keep stuff, they could just do an Italian job on Barca.
Two phenomenal semi-finals potentially as well.
Absolutely, like PSG, Real, and Barca, and Inter or Barca and Bayern is tops.
Yeah, we touch on the League of Ireland shortly, folks, because we want to touch on some topics now. I want to talk about this. A lot of people talking, especially on TalkSport. We know talking about such.
I have to be honest. I don't think we should ever start a conversation with what they're talking about on TalkSport.
Well, I think
there's a greater shower of morons. Jason Cundy literally escaped off the back window of the bus. He is nothing short of a window wiper. He really is.
Absolutely.
And giving him airtime frustrates me ever so slightly. It's dreadful, Morris. It's absolutely piles of hot steam and garbage.
A number of people have been talking about this Premier League season being poor. Give me your thoughts on it, obviously, because when I look at that, when I hear people say that, I bring up the league table and I put my finger across Liverpool and take Liverpool out of the equation, and I think if Liverpool wasn't there, that's a phenomenal league table.
I think the issue that the argument people try and make is about obviously United drop off, City drop off, Arsenal have had a little drop off, Chelsea have had a drop off. So to a degree, people are going to say it's kind of landed in Liverpool's lap a little bit. I don't agree with that. I think the league has become extremely competitive because of what the clubs underneath the OG top six have done from a recruitment point of view, from a spending point of view, an investment, from the managers they've brought in, all of that. You see
actually
teams now.
saying it is so disrespectful to the Forests and the Bournemouths and the Brentfords and the Fulhams and even I even put Everton in that category since Moyes went in there. How phenomenal have Everton been? You know what I mean?
And don't forget, while Everton have been doing this, they've obviously been hamstrung with PSR, and a huge amount of their budget has gone towards this beautiful new stadium that people are going to walk into from August at Bramley Moor Dock. And it looks absolutely phenomenal. I think now we can say it'll definitely be a Premier League ground next season, which is great for the Everton fans because, I think they deserve Everton. They do. I like Everton. I'm a fan of theirs and what they do. They've good fans, Everton. Hit it, Bruno. Hit it. Oh, what? Oh, yeah, still there.
The Athletic did an article the other day. I think it was yesterday they released it. Can't remember who wrote the article, but they released it. And they referred to Slot, obviously the disappointment after the PSG game and stuff like that. They referred to Slot as... They referred to the Premier League title that Liverpool looked like they're going to go on and win, but it looks things. And they referred to it as, for a season, just the title. As if the Premier League title was the fucking Carabao Cup or something. You know what I mean? And it just beggars belief, that narrative sometimes.
The bear again. Spurs 3-1 up on the night, 3-2 on aggregate.
There we go. But I just thought it was so. I thought it was so disrespectful. If you want to have a dig, and I get it, people want to have a dig because of the way we went out and how good PSG were and all that kind of thing, and I understand that. But you can't just turn around about the Premier League and call it just the title.
Nice touch here. Sorry to interrupt you. Nice touch. 78th minute. Toby Collier coming on for Manchester United and for Casemiro. And the crowd stands to applaud Casemiro, and he stands back to applaud them. Obviously had a lot of criticism this season. We know, over the last 18 months, the legs have failed a little bit. But in the last number of weeks, when we were down to the bare bones, he's absolutely one of the guys who was stood up and put performances in. Yeah, absolutely. When we needed him, he stood up. He's not the player, we probably thought we were getting at this stage. But he's the integrity of the guy, and the will to win is still there. And he's a great competitor, and he will always give you 110%. And I think, in a day where we label a lot of footballers as money grabbers or as this or as that, listen, he's on a phenomenal amount of money at Manchester United. He won't be poor for a long time. But I still don't think for somebody like him it's money. I think it's pride. I think there's a certain amount of professional pride, and he has to try and put his best foot forward every time. And I think as fans, we probably appreciate that more than anything,
Well, I think the conundrum for Casemiro is, sometimes if you hang around too long, the saying, you become a villain and all that kind of stuff and all. That guy has had a phenomenal career. Has won it all and done it all. You know what I mean? And he made the move to United. And I think what happens is it's so difficult because now he's getting judged on kind of the United situation and stuff like that and all. And listen, he can put his hand up. He's made plenty of mistakes that led to goals, and he's had a drop off. And we've seen, at times, his fitness hasn't been where you would expect it to be and stuff like that. And his legs maybe are beginning to go and all that kind of thing and all. But they forget how good this guy was and his career.
For so long, he was one of the hallmarks of the Real Madrid success. It was Casemiro and Luka Modric, and it was Casemiro and Luka Modric in the centre of that midfield, and they just absolutely tore the house down year after year after year. They were phenomenal, and you can't forget that. Hit it. Go on, Bruno, hit it. Oh, what a touch. Go on, Zirkzee. Oh, keeper.
And what people forget as well is that if you remember last season, he came up at times and scored some clutch goals.
Oh, stop that. Get in.
No.
Oh, What a move from Mazraoui. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Down the right-hand side, drops the shoulder and goes on the outside, and then puts it through the next lad's legs and dinks it to the back post. Xerxes, really good header going right back where it came from. It's the right idea. It's just wide of the post. But this is probably, and I have to touch wood when I say this, this is some of the best attacking football we've seen from United in quite
100%.
a while.
So I said it to you when we came on about the first half, remember?
The movement of the ball has been much quicker. Everything's been done one touch, two touch, one touch, two touch, and they're playing the ball through the lines much, much quicker and pushing into open spaces. This is much, much better and gives me a nice...
Does it feel like this is a reaction to Ratcliffe's comments?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think... I personally think this is something that's been built towards, with Amarin and the staff and what they've been doing in the background. Obviously, a certain level of defensive solidity and, and then try and bring some attacking flair to the team and stuff like that. I kind of think it's just, the message starting to land. That's what I hope it is anyway.
Well, this performance is one you would say that you would have expected in the Europa League. United against Sociedad, there should be a gulf,
Yeah. Now, I suppose the only thing I will say is that should have been the case with a lot of games we played this season, and it hasn't been. So I think for them to put the shift in that they've put in today. And to watch some of the football. Me, results are great, but I'm also a huge fan of the process. And I think sometimes you don't necessarily get what you deserve. But I think this is wonderful football.
Having the extra man helps, but even in the first half, it
does. But we played against 10 men previously and looked like we had 10. And it's just the speed at which they're moving the ball and stuff like that.
Well, do you know what's good about tonight as well? Obviously for you guys, not for me, but obviously you are looking like the home team again, at Old Trafford. Whereas for so many months, you looked like the away team, trying to play some sort of counter-attack style instead of being on the front foot.
Well, I think obviously Amarin spoke the weekend after the draw against Arsenal and kind of said, listen, he put his hand up and he said, I don't want to be playing this kind of system and tactics at home, but at the minute, because of where we are, we need some results. So I will if I have to. But as he it's another penalty.
You must be joking, is it?
Yeah.
I see him pointing. I thought he was pointing for a kick out or a goal kick or something.
This will have to be overturned. I haven't seen the replay, but upon first reflection, it doesn't look like a penalty.
I haven't seen it. I'm waiting on the replay here, but I know the Sociedad players are going perplexed here. What's going on here?
What's happening here?
Oh, what's going on here? He's calling.
Who's he calling?
I don't know.
He's calling two players. He's calling Dorgu, and he's calling someone else. He's calling the captain with the armband.
Yeah.
Is what he's asking for.
So he's calling Bruno over, is he?
So he's calling Bruno over. And I think he's going to explain he saw it a certain way and somebody's looked at a penalty check. We're still checking.
Yeah.
Drop ball. He's just giving it to the Sociedad keeper.
So it's not a penalty check.
But in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, it says penalty check. Check over. There you go. It didn't look a penalty. Let's see.
I don't. I don't know.
That should be a penalty.
Trailing leg maybe.
Doesn't touch the ball.
No, but it looked very. It looked.
Hang on.
Did he make it look contrived?
Hang on. It's the boy Dorgu that tells him it's not a penalty.
Oh, very good. Okay.
It's the boy Dorgu who goes and says, "Ref, it's not a pen."
You better hope they don't equalise.
He thought, if that's what's happened there, that's phenomenal.
Assuming you get out of here with the win, because if they equalise,
yeah, but Like,
now I'm not expecting it, obviously, being down to 10 men.
No, I get that. And like, to be honest with you, like,
that would be that the cameo moment with Harry Redknapp, wouldn't it?
yes, it
When he
would.
catches
It
the
would.
ball
And
and he
it's
points. Yeah, no, that's a yeah.
don't want to give the ball away in the edge of the box like that, I can tell you.
So long. I think so long as you win, it's grand. It'll be admirable.
It's great.
I think if you were to
go
draw,
on. Right, go outside him, bury him. Yes, play him. Great ball, one touch, hit it.
yes, Bruno hat-trick.
My captain. Don't come for Bruno ever again.
Let's get these frauds off the screen anyway. Right, talk to me then.
Fucking go.
Andrea Berta coming into Arsenal by the looks thing has a 300 million Arsenal transfer plan to sign 7 players. These are some of the players they've been linked with. Give me your thoughts.
Do you know who they're not going to get? Bruno.
Well, they might get a Bruno, just not the Bruno.
They ain't getting the Bruno. I wonder what Roy Keane will say about this. This is brilliant. Look, great work from Alejandro Garnacho. Drives the defender, tucks inside.
You know where he's gonna go with it. Sure, anyone can score 2 penalties. Really? That's gonna be the narrative, you know.
That is great work by Garnacho. Tucks in to attract the defender and leave the room on the outside for Bruno. And first time, ping, great. That's super. Delighted now. Next round, baby, let's go.
I think a lot of these lads, I think that United performance tonight, a lot of these lads now they're playing for contracts. And that's not a bad thing either.
Yeah, but look at a lot of the guys who are playing and who've had good games. The boy Heaven's only in the door. He's not playing for a contract.
No.
Right? The boy Dorgu, who's possibly been one of the man of the match.
And has only come in.
He's only come in. He ain't playing for a contract. Bruno scored a hat-trick. He ain't playing for a hat-trick. Joshua Zirkzee, who's going off now at the minute, has been phenomenal for weeks. The boy Matthias de Ligt has been very good as well. So, like, I don't think you can say that either. And then you've got, obviously, Casemiro with professional pride and stuff like that. And Garnacho has been very good for us recently as well. I think tonight the one thing that's happened is it's kind of clicked. It looks like 4 or 5 pieces of the puzzle have worked on the same night, which hasn't happened previously.
Well, going down to 10 men as well. I know, and I'm not stressing that because you did have a very good first half as well.
We were excellent. We were excellent 11-11.
But going down to 10 men has allowed players to go out there and express themselves with a level of confidence.
Oh, look at that. Maybe. And you know what? Like, play first time. Brilliant from Garnacho again. He's getting a free there. It's a yellow, ref. It's a yellow, yeah. Of course, a yellow.
These lads are going to end up finishing this game with about 9 or 8 men, but it looks at things. What do you make of the names here that they're linked with? Obviously, Nico Williams, obviously absolutely brilliant.
Nico Williams would be a phenomenal signing for Arsenal because he would bring a level of balance. Obviously, Bukayo Saka plays on the right-hand side. Arsenal have suffered down the left-hand side for quite a while. I think if you have a Saka and a Williams, you balance that out massively. It's huge. I think that's phenomenal for them. But the one thing we are going to say is Arsenal without a striker come August are still going to be Arsenal. Like, they need to go and sort this number 9 issue out. I think Benjamin Sesko is a great place to look. I think he's a very good young striker. He'll score goals, especially with the amount of chances that Arsenal create. But is
he enough of a step up from Havertz? There's the question.
Well, here. So there's 2 ways to look at this. The first thing is Havertz is an 9. Sesko is a 9. So he automatically makes your team more potent because he is a striker.
A natural 9. Yeah.
He's a natural 9. He has a much bigger ceiling than Kai Havertz. He's a much better finisher than Kai Havertz. And he will occupy a couple of centre backs the way a Kai Havertz doesn't. But what I will say is, and I spoke about this the other night, I think get in. I think, yes, here you go. Put the cream on it. Oh, Jesus. The boy Patrick Dorgu is doing everything in his power to try. Oh, wow, look at that from Hoyland. Hit it.
Yeah.
Oh, Hoyland.
Dallow. Hoyland with the assist.
Did you see the little back heel at over
Yeah.
by the 18-yard box?
Yeah.
How do we look like a football team all of a sudden? Get in. Putting a gloss on now. Onana's come the full length of the pitch now.
What's going on there? Book him.
And they've all gone to Rasmus Hoyland. And I said to you just before, I said I won't be surprised if Hoyland gets the winner. Now, he hasn't got the winner, but he's been involved in a lot of what's worked for United. This is phenomenal from Hoyland.
Go easy, lads, now. Go easy with the old celebrations there, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, that's a lovely finish.
That's a great fit. I think that the work on the wing, though, from Hoyland is really top drawer.
Picked them out lovely as well.
Picks him out, puts it in a step, and he doesn't have to break stride. Top ins. Good night.
Power to the keeper, because it was right off. Power to the keeper.
Good night, son. Go to bed.
Go
to bed. Go on, you're done. Sorry, I'm just getting rid of a child here.
No problem. Right, give me your thoughts on the rest of the names on this. Obviously, Matthias.
Sorry, I was just saying. I think they need a second striker as well. Because here's the issue, right? If I go and I spend 65, 70 million on a Benjamin Sesko, and he gets suspended or injured or anything like that, and I'm back to Leandro Trossard and whatever, like it's not going to stand for me. I need at least 2 number 9s. I need a 9 that's going to play, and I need a guy that's going to play in the lesser games, and a guy that's going to come off the bench and give him a little bit of a breather from time to time. I need 2 9s. Arsenal don't have 1 at the minute. They need 2. And Matthias Cunha is not a 9, as good as he is, and I'm a big fan of Cunha. I'm a massive fan of Cunha, but he's a 10. He drops too deep. He does a similar job to Havertz would do. False 9, drops deep, picks up the ball, creates space in behind. He's a better footballer than Havertz is, because he moves the ball much quicker. But I still think Arsenal need 2 9s. Need 2 9s.
Take a lot of convincing to get 2 in the door, wouldn't
it? Well, considering how long it's taken to get 1 in, which I find bizarre now. That's anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. Carabao Cup final. Give us your prediction for it. What's your thoughts? Are Liverpool going to bounce back here? Are they going to feel upset over Tuesday? Or
a little bit. I feel for Newcastle slightly. I think when you're Newcastle and you go into a game like this, it's important to go in with everything you have, because we know Newcastle are going in as underdogs either way, right? Liverpool are league champions and waiting. So Newcastle will go in as the underdogs. And I just think it would be much nicer if we thought this was going to be a game based on the fact Newcastle had everybody available. But we know they don't. Anthony Gordon is suspended. Lewis Hall is injured. Sven Botman is injured. And I just think it makes life so much more... I think it makes life so much more difficult for Newcastle. It would take a phenomenal performance for Newcastle to get over the line here. I think Liverpool can probably not play amazingly well and still find their way over this line, unfortunately, for Newcastle.
Morris, say this will be a proper cup final, close but pool to win it. I did a bet builder for this as part of our Beat the Bookie, actually. So it'll be interesting. I think I won't go against it. I'm predicting it's going to go to penalties.
You think it's going to go all the way?
I think so, because I think that's just what we do these days. I think that's just what we do. Give me your thoughts on the England squad.
I haven't seen it, so just allow me to digest it. So Henderson, Pickford, Trafford. I think that's exactly how it should be. The boy James Trafford has been phenomenal for Burnley. Absolutely phenomenal. He'll probably get a big move this summer. Now, Trafford obviously left Manchester City and landed at Burnley, won the Euros with England, the under-21s. And And I think he'll get a big move this summer. I know we have been linked with him quite heavily. It'd be a deal I'd be absolutely happy to do. James Trafford, I think he's very good with his feet, commands the box really, really well. Great shot stopper. So glad to see him involved. Trent and Reece James, you know, two really, really good fullbacks, as we know. Jed Spence, Miles Lewis-Skelly is the left backs, and then Gahey, Branthwaite, Maguire, Stones, and Colwell. I don't have any huge problems with it, to be honest with you. I don't have any huge problems. Bellingham, Maddison. I'm surprised Maddison is in. I'm really surprised Maddison is in. I think Rice. I think Elliot Anderson is a surprise for me, and not for the reasons people may think. I think Elliot Anderson is phenomenal, but he is Scottish, so he's obviously been, you know, he's crossed over the divide, so to speak. Adam Morton, again, back from injury, looking very good as well. Conor Gallagher playing very well at Atletico Madrid. Morgan Rogers, one of the standout young players in the league. Anthony Gordon, Hudson-Odoi, Jared Bowen, Cole Palmer, Solanke, Watkins, and Harry Kane. Just a plethora of talent. So delighted. There's no Marcus Rashford or Jadon Sancho near it. Cause they're two little snitches. And you know what snitches get? Stitches.
Glad to see Callum Hudson-Odoi in there, actually. He's had a real good season with Forest. So
he has.
So.
And don't forget, this is obviously Thomas Tuchel's first squad, right? And Callum Hudson-Odoi was a huge part of what he did at Chelsea. So Thomas Tuchel knows what he's getting here, and he knows what Hudson-Odoi can do. And I think it's a clever pick. I think having the three strikers, your Solanke, your Watkins, and your Kane, is good. Doesn't heap pressure on Kane. Also means Kane can play as a 10 and let him drop and play Watkins up front. And if he drops off, you've two wide men. I think it gives you options. The only one I'm really surprised at, if I'm honest, is James Maddison. Other than that, you know, and I think I'm delighted for Jed Spence. He's been phenomenal at Spurs since he's got game time. Didn't get a lot of game time for a long time, and then all of a sudden got game time due to injuries, and just has taken his chance and run with it. So huge for him.
Probably an opportunity for Cole Palmer as well to put in a performance. He's been struggling as of late. But maybe with the Chelsea office back and in the England squad, maybe go out there and put in a performance for England and get back to where we know he can be.
Sorry, I have to laugh here. Have you seen the crowd? They're looking at the crowd, and there's an outfit with grey hair and glasses in the crowd, and he's doing this in the crowd, and he's all delighted with himself. But he sits in the seat behind me, and he's an absolute head melter. Now, when I tell you this, he talks non-stop for the whole game.
So you get a running commentary.
And he's like, and I've been to, I was at Brighton a couple of times. I went to the Brighton game twice, and twice they beat us. And twice he spent 90 minutes talking about why we should never have sold Danny Welbeck. We should never have sold Danny Welbeck. You should never sell your youth. We should never have sold him. Look at him now. He'd get into our team, and he spent 90 plus minutes doing this. I was like, to the point where Andrew's looking at me, holding the thing going, calm down, you will you? I'm like, I'm gonna kill this outfit. He's an ex-barber. He's a retired barber.
Danny Welbeck at the moment at Brighton does not represent anything like the Danny Welbeck that was at Man United. Stop.
Hindsight's
a great thing, isn't it?
He just even like Brody's 9, so like he doesn't necessarily pick up on everything. But you're at the game, and even Brody's tipping you on the shoulder, going, "Dad, when is this guy shutting the fuck up?" You know, and you're like, "Shh, zip it, Brody, will you?" You know.
Tell you, man.
Funny.
Unfortunately, he would get into our team now.
He would, you know. He absolutely would.
He may not be that bad. He may not be a bad second option if you're bringing in a big money signing, who knows? But then he ain't going to be cheap, I'd imagine. Right, let's get in. Let's talk League of Ireland. Let's have a quick preview, quick rundown from you. Starting off with top of the table versus moving up the table, Drogheda versus Shamrock Rovers.
Sorry, you've the wrong thing up there. You know that, yeah?
For what?
Round 5, you have the first division.
Yeah, around they're a week behind as far as I know.
No, sorry, I thought you were. Sorry, yeah, no,
No.
that's okay.
No, I've round six for the Premier League.
Drogheda versus Shamrock Rovers. I have to say, I thought Rovers were good the last night against Pats. I thought you could see them starting to come back to themselves. And I wouldn't be surprised to see them get something from the game against Drogheda. So I'm going to go 1-1 in that game.
Interesting. I think it'd be a draw to win. I'm not too sure. Rovers on the road. Galway, Waterford.
Galway just because it's at home. Galway 2-1.
Shells, Cork.
Yeah, Shells getting back to winning ways here. 3-1 Shells.
Be a good game though. Good away.
I think so.
Good away crowd coming up from Cork, I'd say, for that one.
Yeah, I think so.
And then we have the second week in a row, Dublin Derby, St. Pat's versus Bows. Bows with a huge win last week.
Bows with a massive win. Yeah, huge win. I don't necessarily think we'll see it continue because I do think Pats probably didn't get everything they deserved last week and they were a little bit blunt at times. I think Pats at Inchy Car will get over the line here. I'm going to go Pats 2-1.
Okay, and then we round out Sligo Rovers versus Derry.
A war of attrition, a 1-1 draw, and not the spectacle that anyone wants to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. We won't go too much into Division 1, but safe say Bray Wanderers Dundalk is probably the pick. It's
absolutely the pick, and I spent my morning and early afternoon in Dundalk today in the DKIT buildings doing some coach education, and Dundalk's a busy old town these days, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Busy old town.
Getting rejuvenated.
Really is. Really is. Super campus up there. It's really good campus, like so cool. So yeah, I enjoyed my time up there earlier on, I have to say. I think that'll be the game of the weekend, but I think you could probably toss a coin and decide who's gonna get over the line, you know.
Might see can I go to that game tomorrow night actually.
The Carabao?
Yeah. Might see can I get a ticket. I'll investigate. I shall investigate.
I'd imagine you rock up at the gate, you pay in. I don't think you'll need a ticket.
Yeah, it should be okay. Yeah. I'll check it out. I hit up Ben, see does Ben want to go as well, and we'll have a bit of crack. Hopefully a great win. Right, so that's it. That's our picks for League of Ireland and a little dabble into the first division as well, so we should say.
Absolutely.
But they're all on some great coverage on there at the moment on the League of Ireland and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you check it out, folks. Make sure, Ryan, you're checking out St. Pat's tomorrow night. Big Dublin derby against Bohemians. Right, let's get into our Beat the Bookie.
Yeah, so I did a couple of I did two of my usuals, and then my third bet tonight, I just did something a little bit different.
Yeah.
Just for a bit of I was just looking for a bit of value, really, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with the result and both score.
Yeah.
And I've gone for both Manchester clubs. I've gone for City and both score against Brighton.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone for United and both score against Leicester. Yeah. And I matched them up with our pal Ryan at Wolves result and both to score. And that pays 36-1.
Not too bad for a treble.
Yeah, little treble. Little cheeky. Nothing, overly expansive, let's say.
Yeah.
I've gone with cards. I love me card bet. I've gone with cards. I think Kayuste for Jens Kayuste in the Ipswich midfield will have a tough day at Forest.
Yeah.
I've gone for Dean Huyson at Bournemouth. Does like a card, this kid, the Spanish kid, really, really good centre back. So good. Definitely won't be at Bournemouth after the summer. But
linked with us yesterday.
He's linked everywhere. He's linked with Real Madrid. He's linked everywhere, and Barcelona. So he'll be highly sought after. I think with Mbeumo, Visa, and Shade, he's going to have a really tough day at the office the weekend, and he can get a little bit impetulant at times and likes to dive in. Something which I'm sure when he gets to a bigger club they'll talk him out of it. But I'm gone for Huyson. And then I've actually gone for a United player on Sunday, just because he's on his way back from injury, he was on the bench tonight, didn't get a whole lot of game time. So I imagine he'll probably start come Sunday. I think they'll probably take Casemiro out and start Ugarte. And I just think sometimes when he's getting back up to speed, he can be a little bit slow about the place, and it might end in an Ugarte card. So we're going for Kayuste, Hoyson, and Ugarte, and that's 40-1.
That's all right. It's a good show.
And then I round out with so this is my strange bet. I've gone for 4 teams to win, and then I've gone for 4 teams to score, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I've gone for a Forest win.
Yeah.
A Wolves win.
Yeah.
I've gone for an Arsenal win.
Okay.
A Manchester United win.
Okay.
With that, I've matched up both teams to score in the City Brighton game.
Yeah.
Result doesn't matter. And I've gone for both teams to score in the Bournemouth versus
Brentford game. Yeah, good show.
So 4 teams to score and 4 teams to win, and it pays 30-1.
It's all right. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Interesting. Right, so I did 2 results about the score. I did 1 in the Prem and 1 in the League of Ireland, and then I did a bet builder for the Carabao Cup final. It's not really a bet builder, but I'll walk you through it anyway. So I did Everton versus West Ham, Everton and both the score. I did Forest versus Ipswich, Forest and both the score. I went for Fulham against Spurs and both the score. And I went with yourselves, Man United versus Leicester and both the score. And that pays 182-1.
It's a good bet.
Yeah, not too bad. This one's quite tasty as well. 144-1. This one. Drogheda and both the score. Drogheda versus Rovers.
All right.
Galway and both the score against Waterford, because we know Waterford have goals in them. But
yes.
Going to Galway might be quite tough. And I went for Shells about the score against Cork, because Cork have been scoring. And that treble pays 144-1. Phenomenal pricing in the League of Ireland.
Phenomenal. And this is something I've mentioned to you about the Championship as well. Another league that you can get massive prices on. If you can just pick the right needles in the haystacks week to week, you can certainly boost your bank balance, as they say.
Yeah, big time. And then my final one is the bet builder for the Carabao Cup. It's only 3 legs in it, really. It's Liverpool to win on penalties. I said it to you earlier. I think the disappointment of Tuesday might create a bit of a hangover, and I think it might take a bit more to get there. Player to have 2 or more shots on target, Mo Salah, and Mo Salah anytime goal scorer. And that pays 57-1 for those 3.
That pays 57-1.
57-1. Obviously, Liverpool on penalties is the big one, I would imagine.
I would say so, yeah. I think the others are probably quite small, quite short.
Yeah. But there you go. So that pays 57-1. Nice little 3-legged thing. Hopefully it doesn't go to penalties, because there's so much of that I can take. But there you go. So that's it. Phenomenal. Let's see. Morrison sold 140 tickets for the first wrestling show I promoted, lads. 30 left. Fair play.
Good awesome. Man, Morris.
Awesome. Good job. Good job. I tell you. Knocking it out of the park. There you go.
Absolutely.
Right, folks. Thanks for joining us again, as always. Enjoy the football over the weekend. I'm definitely going to try and get to that match, actually, now that I see it. That'll be a nice little Friday evening out to start the weekend.
Will we tell everybody the secret?
Go on.
Will we tell them?
Why not?
I think I sent him into the bedroom earlier, so he's hopefully asleep. Today is the 13th of March, but next Thursday is the 20th, and that's Brody's birthday. And we're going to the Manchester Derby on the 6th of April. And it's a Sunday, it's 4:30 kickoff. So he knows about that. It was a Christmas present. And I'm actually off work on the Saturday. So we're going to travel over the Saturday morning. And you've got it.
One half of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going over on a Saturday, and I said we'll see if we can do something because he's not really a shopper.
Yeah.
And I said, I wonder what other games are on, blah, blah, blah. So we had a little look, and of course, all the 3 o'clock kickoffs actually in London, which does us no favours. However, we did find, and he doesn't know this yet, we did find the 5:30 kickoff is Aston Villa versus Nottingham Forest.
Great game.
Great game. Great game, and a game we will now be at. Managed to get some tickets. Got 2 tickets for the game. In the Doug Ellis stand. So we're going in entrance A, block A7, and it was $72.50 for an adult ticket, and it was $22.50 for an under 14 ticket. So £95 sterling, or 112 euros for the 2 of us. So we'll do Villa and Forest on the Saturday night, 5:30, and then we'll toddle up to Manchester on the Sunday morning and do City versus United at Old Trafford. What more can you ask for as a 10-year-old now?
I'd like to say I had a part in planning that a little bit. Some of my suggestions hit home as well.
Absolutely. I think you can. I'm going to give the assists to yourself and Andrew.
And there's a lovely jersey on the way.
There is. Yeah, there is.
And a jersey, do you know that I realised today? And a jersey that isn't a stretch from the United Navy jersey either.
It's very similar to the old one. Yes. And actually, I had the Navy one. I am Morris. I haven't booked anything yet. So if you have any suggestions, hit me up. If you have any suggestions, let me know.
Morris, that was my assist, Morris. That was my assist.
That was Niall's assist. I do have a Villa jersey on the way, the Navy one. Our friends at Soccer 06 will be providing me with an Aston Villa jersey with Ollie Watkins and number 11 on it. So he's not an Aston Villa fan, but he's an Ollie Watkins fan, and he'll be dressed for the day out. We'll have a bit of crack, you know.
And hopefully Ollie Watkins gets a few goals, even though we want Forest maybe to win.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but absolutely, yeah. No,
we have to have our claret and blue on that day, I think, you know.
Andrew was on the pre-assist. He gave me the long throw out, and I squared it to Darren. There you go.
Yeah, this is true.
There we go. Yeah, no, that'll be a phenomenal trip. Hopefully lots of footage as well, and we get you outside the ground giving us a few predictions and lineups. And
absolutely.
The usual. I noticed was it when you did the predictions last time on the short, was that for a Spurs game?
That was for the Spurs game, yeah.
You know, since we put up the footage from the show we did with Ray and Ronnie, you've been getting more views on that short. I see the views have gone up on that even more now.
Right.
There
Pretty
you go.
Good.
The old Rory, the lap, absolutely.
Yeah.
There we go. Right, so that's it, folks. So we will get some footage from Villa Park, and you might even get some footage tomorrow night if I end up in the Carlisle grounds. That's for sure. But we shall see. So until next time, folks, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification. We're trying to bring you live footage, show footage, all this breakdown and stuff like that. And Cena still turned heel. But until next time, folks, have a safe weekend. Enjoy the football. We will be back on Monday with the mashup. I would imagine. I'll have to talk to Mark, actually. It's Paddy's Day. So you might have to move it.
I don't think you're going to have a mashup on Paddy's Day, let's be honest.
I wouldn't have thought so. It might be a mashup, all right, but it won't be.
Yeah, but it might not be the right coin. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we might have to move it to the Tuesday and we get him on when he's hungover more, you know. It's even more fun. Although I think he's given up. Hasn't he given up did he say he gave up the drink for Lent as well?
He might have, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, folks, enjoy it. Thanks for joining us. Talk to you real soon. Cheers, bro.
Thanks, pal.